coming into this fight?
Yeah, last time it was where we had a week's, like this would have been the week where I was just prepping with sparring and getting ready for him. So it's nice to be able to, you know, get a proper prep in with him, because he is a different type of boxer with his physical attributes. So yeah, it's been good.
You know, in what way do you think you and Sebastian are going to be better in this rematch?
Well, way?
Yeah, what way do you think you guys are going to both be even better than you were in the first fight?
I think the fact that we know each other now, we've shared the ring for 12 rounds. That's a big difference, and we'll both make adjustments, and we'll see who's going to make it correct on the night.
How much of this camp was about adjustments? You know, your trainer and you know, specifically dialing up little things in training and
it's been big. It's been big. A big part. It's been refreshing to focus, even with a southpaw. You know, working on southpaw tactics and someone that tall and closing the distance, and you know, it's been big.
How do you manage to keep your power, not lose anything, punching up, you know, almost a foot up? How do you, keep all the leverage?
Yeah, I think it really depends. You gotta just stay strong, I guess, on your feet and just be ready for anything.
You know, I just had to ask you about this, Tim. There's a little fun going on Twitter right now about Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson was kind of downplaying him, saying like boxing's evolved since then, so he wouldn't be a great fighter today because of the evolution. What do you think about that, Tim?
Nah, you can't disrespect the greats. You know, you can't talk bad. There's people that are cemented legacies and people that have created boxing for what it is. And Sugar Ray Robinson was a big part of that. So, nah, he's there in the Mount Rushmore for sure.
I'm with you, but it's an interesting discussion he brings up. Like, do you think if you took him from a time machine from when he was middleweight, welterweight champ, and placed him today, would he have to adjust certain things, or he'd be able to do the same shit he did then and be just as dominant?
I think boxing. Of course, over the years we become stronger, we become quicker, we become better. But yeah, it's different eras. We can't predict these things. We can't understand. You know, of course, boxing there's been a big evolution, of course. But those old school boxers, they brought something that the new boxers don't really have. You know,
like what? Tim?
Skill, the way they fight, the amount of fights they had. You know, they used to fight all the time, experience-wise, how comfortable they are in the ring. You get fighters fighting once a year, and that's you're active if you fight twice a year. You know, back in those days, there was no such thing as that.
Laura said that this was unfinished business. Do you think it's unfinished business for you? What is your response to that?
Yeah, for sure. I felt this whole fight for me has been unfinished business because for me, I left on a way of where I wasn't able to show myself completely, you know. So this time we rewrite history, and I get to show myself.
Do you think height played a role in that cut at all? And what are you doing different? Specific adjustments that you're doing to counter his height?
Yeah, his fight's hard. It's hard for anyone, you know. That's just his physical advantage that he's got. His hands, his arms are that much longer than yours. But yeah, there's little things that we play, and we'll see. You know, he's been knocked out before by Mendoza, so anything is possible.
How have you been training this time around for Fundora the second time around, and on your side of your training camp?
Just maybe a bit smarter, working out different game plans. Yeah, sticking to the plan.
You mentioned Brian Mendoza. Have you been studying that fight at all? Have you been looking that fight over to see what you can get from that?
I don't really rewatch it.
Okay.
I've rewatched the knockdown. It's pretty good. You got him pretty good. So yeah, I've shared the ring 12 rounds with him, so I know enough of him.
All right. Are you excited to be fighting here in Vegas versus Australia? What do you think is the difference in that?
It's hard to say, you know, like I'm fighting at MGM. It's quite an iconic stage, and like it's a young kid's dream to be fighting at this level. So for that, I'm excited. But at the same time, fighting in Australia, when you walk out and you've got 15,000 people screaming out, everyone behind you, it's pretty unreal, you know. Like a lot of boxers get to fight in different undercards and different levels, but to be fighting in Australia when you're coming out to everyone with you, it's pretty unreal.
It hits different. I'm pretty sure. Have you given any thought on what's next for you if you take home the belt on July?
Yeah, I used to always try envision a little bit too much. This time it's just Pandora focused.
Okay.
Tim, last one for me, man. Are you trained? When people think about going for the knockout, they think about a fighter getting reckless and all that. But there's times in certain camps fighters train for the knockout. Smart. Are you training for the knockout in this fight?
I feel like it will come. I feel like I just gotta stay patient. Back maybe a year ago, I was maybe going too much for it, you know. And unfortunately, with boxing, you can't be doing that, especially at the very top level. So when it comes, it will come.
Gives you 1-1. You guys are 1-1 at that point. Would you be interested in a rubber match afterwards, or do you think it's close finish?
No, we shall talk. We shall talk. But I'll get the job done first.
As you enter these final days of training camp, what's the most important thing for a guy at your level as you go into these last few days of training camp?
I think just staying loose, nice and relaxed. I think that the hard work's nearly finished. I got my last spar tomorrow, so I'm feeling nice and sharp, and just staying nice and relaxed.
And how has the cut healed? Is it fully healed?
That's all good.
It's not a factor at all.
Not a factor at all.
Nice. We don't see a scar or anything. I think
a year ago, my hair. That's why.
Okay. Well, some people in the comments were saying, "Oh, he's growing his hair." Is that part of?
Nah, fashion, man, fashion.
Will your father, the great Tszyu, be in attendance for this fight? Okay, so he'll be looking for him afar.
He'll be.
Excellent.
Tim, I saw something online where you reacted to something Sebastian Fundora said in the Gloves Off episodes.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you that clip and have you react to that on camera if you would. So I got it queued up here. If you want to just press play on there. And get...
I saw him looking into my eyes. I don't think that cup was bothering him at all. It wasn't him blind or closing his eyes. I can't see out of my eyes. He saw the whole thing the whole time. You know, it's like me bubbling through my nose.
Yeah, look, I think.
There's a couple of times that the blood went into my eyes myself, but that's what we do. In boxing, you bleed. The whole fight, I saw him good.
Everyone knows. I don't even have to explain that part. Like, everyone knows what happened. Everyone saw it, and I was wiping it off. I feel like I don't even need to argue about that point. It's just so it's such a stupid thing to say. It's just not understandable at all.
You called him a bullshitter.
It is a bullshit. It's just a bullshit statement, you know, to say that I couldn't see. But I could see, like, everyone saw, you know.
Is there bad blood now?
No.
Just hearing that?
I can't wait to get in the ring so I can punish. That's for sure. You know, I got a lot to prove, but no bad blood. Do I like him as a friend right now? Nah. I want to take his head off. I'll be honest with you. That's what I feel like doing.
What's it like when you're a fighter and you know it's going to be a punishing fight like this one? You know, some guys, they want to do everything they can to avoid that style of a fight. You know, and
this is it's a fan-friendly fight. You know, it's going to be like Fundora is not a boxer that's just going to be technical and stuff like that. It's going to be a fight, and I love fights. They suit me.